The smaller numbers, bigger fun section of the campaign revolves around something called box candidate notation. I've been using this box candidate notation in my solving so far, but I never knew the terminology. So what is this box candidate notation? Well, it's the first technique in terms of notation that's covered in the campaign, and it can improve your solving speed and really is easy to apply. With box candidate notation, you write small numbers into the only places within a box where a certain number can still go. This example is going to focus on the 8s. What I've been doing so far is crosshatching, which is a great term, to see if I can find a hidden single. A hidden single would be a number that can only go in exactly one cell inside a box, or row column if you're doing a line solve. The box 3, 8 is a hidden single using the crosshatching. So it's written down as a big number, a big 8. But what do we do when solving a Sudoku if we crosshatch and find that there is still more than one possible cell for a number inside the box? Could always move on to a different set of numbers. Or you write down the information that you found for later, so you can identify it faster. There are 2 possible spots an 8 can be in box number 3. So we write down 8, a smaller 8. Now what those 2 8s are telling us is that in that box we are only one elimination away from a hidden single. So whenever any of those 2 8s are eliminated in the future, like so, we immediately know that the other cell will be an 8 without needing to look at any other 8s in the entire grid. So it's really just a tool to notate almost hidden singles. Now, I've learned this myself, but you don't want to make the Sudoku grid too cluttered. So we usually only notate a candidate when there are only 2 possible cells left in a box. You can notate up to 3 box candidates, but everything above that is not helpful. And personally, 3 box candidates was a little bit too much for me. Alright, let's look at this section, or this grid. We would notate these 2 possibilities for a 4 in this box. But we wouldn't notate these 4 possibilities for a 4. That's just too many. So box candidate notation is useful to keep track of almost hidden singles. And by doing that, it can speed up the solving. Oh, the domino effect. Look at this grid here. We only need to find one number to start a chain reaction here. just by solving 1, 8, it eliminates the one above it. You can solve for the 8 in box 3, which means there's only one candidate for the 7, solved. Then looking to the left to box 1 eliminates one of the 7s. Therefore, the 7 of box 1 is solved, and it continues on. A chain reaction. And this is the last one. And all that just from box candidates. And that's not all. Box candidate notation has another advantage. Whenever your notated box candidates are in line, you can use them for crosshatching. So, looking at this grid and the number 8, crosshatched and notated the only 2 possible cells an 8 can be. We can now use those 8s to crosshatch in the direction in which they're pointing, like drawing an arrow, kind of. We don't know where the 8 will go, but we know it needs to go in this row, the 3rd row. So every cell to the left of it cannot be an 8. Combined with the other 8s in box 1 and box 8, can crosshatch and solve the 8 in box 2, a hidden single. Now, what that is nothing more than a hidden single in the 1st row. But it is nice to have another way to find them. Especially since working on boxes is more efficient than working on rows and columns, which was learned in the hidden single line section. So this website, Sudoku.coach, which I do think is a great website for learning Sudoku. I mean, I'm having a blast. It uses 2 types of notations: standard matrix notation, then cell and box notation. I don't know what the difference is right now, but from what it says, explore them a bit later. Okay. And now I've done the other Sudokus as practice, and I'm just going to try out the box, see how it goes. So as usual, I will start with the number 1s. So using crosshatching, I know that the 1 of box 4 will be in one of these 3 cells, but I'm not going to do the notation because I save that for when it's one of 2 options. I think that makes sense. Alright. So using the 1s of box 7 and 8, can crosshatch and find the hidden single 1 of box 9. And using the box 9 one, with the crosshatch of box 1, I know that the box 3 one can only be one of 2 cells, so I will notate that. And that might do it for the 1s. Because I can use the box 3, but it's 1s to crosshatch down. But it only is 3. So the box 4 and 6 one might be pair. Moving on to the 2s, because I don't see anything else with the 1s. Don't see anything in box 2 or 1. But I do see one of 2 available spots in box 6, so I will notate that. And besides that, I move on. A lot of 3s have already been put on the board, which is fantastic. Using cross-hatching from box 4 and 6 again, I can solve the box 5-3. And using the 3 from boxes 2 and 5, I can cross-hatch the box 8-3. That is solved. And using the 3s in boxes 1 and 4, I can narrow down the box 7-3 to one of 2 cells. So I will notate that. And using the 3 of box 3, I can narrow down the 3 in box 9 to one of 2 cells. So I will annotate that. Which means it's a pair, so I'll wait to solve that for later. And the way I've kind of figured out how the Sudokus of this section work is that it's kind of like a domino effect. The boards want you to notate a lot, and then once a certain number is solved, it just chain reactions, and a lot of the board is solved at once. So the number 4, there is only one 4, but using that 4, one of 2 options, which means this can form a line for one of these 2 options, and that these 2 4s have a line to the left, which isn't as helpful as I initially thought. So number 5, the box 6-5 narrows down the box 9-5 to one of 2 cells. The 5 from boxes 1 and 4 narrow down the box 7-5 to one of 2 cells. The 5 from boxes 1 and 5 narrow down the box 2-5 to one of 2 cells. And the box 6-5 and the 2 candidates from the box 9 create one of 2 possible solutions for box 3. And because boxes 7 and 9, the 5s can only be in rows 1 or 2, means that the box 8-5 has to be on the last row, the 3rd row. And that about does it, I'm pretty sure. Moving on to the 6s. The box 9 and 8-6, I can notate the box 7-6. And maybe that's it for the 6 at the moment. 7s. Alright. Using the box 7 and 8-7, I can narrow down the box 9-7 to one of 2 cells. The box 4-7, I believe, is solved thanks to the cross-hatching of box 1, 7, and 5, which means I can cross-hatch the box 4 and 5, 7 to narrow down the box 6, 7 to one of 2 cells, which means the box 3, 7 has to be in one of these, the third column, and using the 7 from box 1, I know that the 7 of box 3 has been solved, which solves the 5 here is a little chain, which removes the box, which solves the box 2, 5, cross-hatching, which solves the box 8, 5, beautiful. Okay, and the now solved 7 from box 3, along with the box 1, 7, the box 5, 7, and the box 8, 7 solve for the box 2, 7. And that solves everything besides this pair. Wonderful. Moving on to the 8s. The box 2 and 3, 8 narrow down the box 1, 8, so I can notate in the second row. Same thing with 8, boxes 8 and 9. Narrow down the box 7, 8 to one of 2. Now I've seen this a couple times, where there are 3 potential numbers when only 2 can exist, and I don't remember how I solved it before, but there is a way to do it. And very quickly, even though I know I'm on number 8 right now, I see a line almost solved, so I'm just going to fill in the potential numbers for these. Let's say 2 and a 9, which is actually solvable. So I'll do that now, thanks to the box 7, 9. Since this box 7 already has a 9, this potential one cannot be a 9, so it has to be here, 2, beautiful. And that actually, I'm going to get sidetracked right here. And this 2, in the box 9, 2, solve for the box 8, 2, which solves for the 4. And I was on 8, right? I think so. Now the box 3 and 9, 8 narrow down the box 6, 8 to one of 2 cells. The box 2 and 8, 8 solve the box 5, 8, which chain to the 4. And now I can annotate the box, I can notate the box 2, 8. I can notate the box 2, 4. And I can notate the box 9, 4, which is causing some traffic in the cells. Okay, there are only 2 cells left in box 5. One of them is a 1, and the other one is a 6. It is, cool. The box 9, 6 crosshatches. The box 3, 6 solved. And I know because of the box 8, 6 and the line, no, just because the box 8, 6, that the box 2, 6 is in one of 2 cells. I also know from the box 3 and 9, 6 that the box 6, 6 is narrowed down. Let me move on to the number 9. I think the 9 of box 6 is solved thanks to the box 3, 9, and 5, 9, which solves, okay, a fair amount. 9, 8, and 7, which solves for the box 9, 7, 3, 4, and 5, which solves the box 7, 5. 5s are done, 7s are also done. So now this can only be a 6 or an 8. This can also only be a 6 or an 8. So I think that has to be a 3 in box 7. And it is. 3s are done. I'm guessing I had all the information to solve that already. Okay, what number was I on? 9? I was. So the box 3, 2, and 7, 9 solve for the box 1, 9, and the box 1, 5, and 6 crosshatch to solve the box 4, 9. 9s are done. Okay, let me take a look at this. Cool. A lot's been going well so far. Okay, let me notate some more ones. Using the box 7, sorry, the box 8 one, I know that the box 2, 1 is narrowed down. The box 6 is also narrowed down. And the box 4, 1 is also narrowed down. Nice. Alright, looking at the 2s, the box 3, 2 and 7, 2 solve the box 1, 2. Boxes 1, 5, and 8 team up to solve the box 2, 2, which solve the 4 of box 2, which solve the 4 of box 3, which also solve the 1, which solves the 1 and 6 of box 2. Box 2 is completed. 6. The 6 of boxes 2 and 3, mostly just 3, solve the box 1, 6. And that narrows down this other number to a 4. And using the 4 from box 7, I can solve just all of box 1. And the 8 from box 1 chains into box 7, 8 and 6. The bottom 3 boxes are all good to go. 8. So I can crosshatch and solve the box 4, 8 just from the box 1 and 7. Cool. 8s are done. So now all that's left 1, 2, 4, and 6. Let me see if I have anything for the 4s. I do, upon first glance. Using the 4 from box 5 and 9, solve for box 6, which also solves the 6, solves the box 5, 6, and 1. And the 1 from box 5 solves the box 6, 1, and 2. The box 6, 1 solves for the box 4, 1. 1s are done. 2s are very close to being completed. And I believe they are thanks to the box 1, 2. 2s are done. And now all that's left are the 4s, 4 and 6 in box 4, which are solved using the crosshatch from box 6. The 4 has to be middle, the 6 has to be below it. And a moderately easy Sudoku using the box notation solved in 18 minutes and 31 seconds. No hints, no mistakes. Nice. And that was the box candidate notation section. Smaller numbers, bigger fun. Till next time, take care.